Greetings and welcome. I'm Mathmut. We'll be playing another game or two of Keyforge before it is time to get ready for the day. Um, it's early AM where I am. I will be playing Spyco McNally again. Um, I'm using a different headset this time. Between this and my prior video, please let me know which one you think has better audio quality. Um, Trying out different settings. I didn't really like how the audio sounded in the last one. That may just be me. So continuing to try and find the right mix to go with. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and start myself up a game. Oh, that's loud. I as Spyco McNally, and start. So if you did not watch the last particular video, this is a Brobnar Logos and Untamed deck. It has a library access. It doesn't benefit much from the library access, but it exists. I'm probably going to keep this hand and call Brobnar and throw out Valdir. Valdir is a very strong attacking creature, so if necessary, I can call Brobnar again and kill off whatever he plays on his first turn. Well, one creature anyways, like the Grapper Jammer. What's this guy? Reap, next Mars creature you play enters ready. I think I'm going to go ahead and call Logos, though. Logos sets me up better in the long term here. Logos, I'll play my library access, see if I can draw into some stuff that will be beneficial, like a Twin Bolt Emission. I would love a Twin Bolt Emission right now. We will play this to archive. The heck? Okay, well, he just conceded because I played library access, even though this deck is not a strong library access deck. He must have assumed that I was going to pull off some sort of time traveler combo and am net decking, which is unfortunate because this deck is not that strong and this library access is not that good. Because my deck has absolutely no way to play library access multiple times in a turn. So I guess that's okay. I'll take a free win. That's really disappointing. Yeah. Okay, we'll try again. I Spyco McNally and wait for somebody to join. See if I can. There's not a volume setting on this. I hope I'm not blasting everybody with the fanfare when somebody joins my room. I know I'm blasting myself. Whew. That's not a good sign. Let me make sure that my image, yeah, that's right. Okay. I guess I could actually make that a little bit bigger. Edit scene. There we go. A little bit smaller. Perfect. Edit scene. All right, so I need to click the start the game button. I'm going first. I think it would be prudent here to keep this hand and play sloppy lab work, honestly. I can start building up an archive of Utera, gosh darn it, Soulforge, of Untamed to pull off a full moon play later in the game. So I'm going to keep this hand, and I'm just going to open up with Logos and sloppy lab work. Play this card. I will archive my Niffle Queen, and I will discard Coward's Inn because it's not a great card to start out in your opening hand. And let me redraw up a couple cards, and then we can see where we go from here. So, that's just trying to set myself up for a better play later on. He plays two Brobnar creatures. Honestly, Untamed wouldn't be bad to shuffle them back in. I'd gain an Ember, he'd have no creatures, but I would rather start building up a board state. Yeah, I'll go with Brobnar here. I do not want my archive. I'll play out my Fire Spitter and the Chieftain, which will let me, doesn't matter, I will activate that to ready and fight with him to kill off Crump. And put one single damage on Valdir. I want Crump dead. It's not a super powerful card, but it can be annoying as it slowly drains me of my Ember. Pit Demon, a thieving bastard. Two Pit Demons, two thieving bastards. Tempted to call Brobnar again, just stun one and kill the other, but 2 and 2. He still has no actions in his discard, so Untamed feels a little bit weak here because I have the Mimicry, which could be really powerful. Nature's Call, I'd bounce both of those. I'm going to end up calling Brobnar again. Play this guy. I do not want my archive. Play this guy. So when I play him, this is Smash. I get to stun a creature. Doesn't matter which side I play him on. I will stun the Pit Demon, and with my Chieftain, I will just trade off the other Pit Demon. They both die, and everybody's happy in turn. Now I have Smith, so it's doubtful I will call Brobnar again the next turn. I could, but doubtful. He plays Smash, which will of course stun my creature. Rogue Ogre. At the end of your turn, if you played exactly one card, it heals 2 and captures 1. Okay, and he reaps with Valdir. Well, I'm going to call either Logos or Untamed here. Problem with Logos is with 3 Brobnar creatures on the board, I'm not going to be able to kill any of them. Untamed, I still don't have any actions in his discard to mimic. I think I'm going to call Logos. I don't like it. I'm giving him the opportunity to reap for 3 and play out any more Brobnar he draws. But I don't see a lot of a better choice. I could call Untamed, get rid of the Ogre and probably Valdir, shuffle them back into his deck. It's not spectacular. The problem is, well, I could put out my Niffle Queen too. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. I'll call Untamed. Rather than try and play for the later game, I need to cancel, play Nature's Call first. Oh, that's Nature's Call, not Lost in the Woods. The art looks very similar on those 2 cards. And I will... Do I bounce my own creature here? Yeah, it's better than bouncing either of his. Because one of his is stunned and the other one is... No, I should have bounced Pit Demon. Yeah, I should have bounced Pit Demon. Because the stun and playing it from the hand are functionally equivalent for most cases. And it would mean I didn't have Smash clogging up my hand. Then again, I can play Smash and get another stun off on it. And I'm going to hold Mimicry. I don't like discarding it because it is a potentially very powerful card. It's one of the few cards I will not discard if I don't want to play it. That may be a mistake on my part, but Nerve Blast. He's going to hit Niffle Queen for 2 and steal 1 of mine. Lovely. Stupid Shadows. Ghostly Hand steals my exactly 1. Ow. That was painful. So he gained a crap ton of Amber that turn and stole all of mine. And I have, I think, no response for it. Well, I say that. I could Mimicry that. Oof, that was a really annoyingly strong turn. Do I concede the first key to him? My options are to concede the first key to him and call Untamed, which means I draw one card, or sorry, not concede it, mimic that, and steal one back. That's not spectacular. I could also miasma him, but that has the exact same effect, and I don't get to do 2 damage to a creature. Actually, it has less of an effect. I gain 1, he keeps his 1, and he skips his key step, so no. It would be Nerf Blast or nothing. Gosh. It's gotta. I'm gonna call Logos. I don't like calling Logos here, but I don't see that. Yes, Untamed could keep him from forging his first key. I think I have to concede the first key to him though, because if I call Untamed, I am just it's a stall tactic where I'm not catching up. I'm fine with stall tactics as long as I catch up a little bit when I play them. I wouldn't be catching up with that one. I would be falling further behind. Because I wouldn't improve my board state. I would be gaining 1 amber, and yeah, he would just be growing his stack. Well, at least the terror doesn't give him anything. Exhaust that to remove its stun. It's perfectly fine. I think I call Logos for my Bouncing Death Cork, and I just murder a bunch of stuff. So Logos, I'm going to go ahead and use his action, because I don't have, reaping with him won't get me to where I want it to be. And I will archive Nature's Call. And then I will play out my Library of Babel. And I will Bouncing Death Cork. And I will murder the Succubus, and my Archaeologist, and the Pit Demon, and my Nifflequeen. Which is not spectacular, but it's what I had available to me. Oh gosh, I have all my action cards in my hand. All my Untamed actions are available to me, except Lost in the Woods and Key Charge. Okay, Untamed has a lot of action in this deck. Mimicry, Full Moon, Stampede. What has it got? 6. Lost in the Woods, Nature's Call. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Half of the Untamed in this deck is action. Now I wish I'd put Coward's End in my archive with the Archivist. That was probably a mistake on my part. I knew he had 2 of those in his hand, so I should have expected them to be coming out. Yeah, that was a mistake. Potentially a critical one. I'm going to have to call Untamed. Yes, I want my archive. So I'm going to start by playing Nature's Call and bouncing 1, 2, 3 creatures back to his hand. And I'm going to play Stampede for 1. And what is this? Sound the Horns. Discard cards on top of your deck until you discard a Brobnar. If you discard a creature, put it into your hand. Huh, okay. That's interesting. I could use that to set up for my next turn and gain an Ember. Anger, ready and fight with a friendly creature. Yeah. Burn the stockpiles. If my opponent has 7 or more, they lose 4. Gosh, when did his discard get so... Oh, he used that, so his discard got huge. That's why. The rest of this isn't going to be particularly useful right now. I could use Bait and Switch, which is terrible right now. I think I'm going to hold on to... I'm going to get into a place where I keep holding on to Mimicry. But, yeah, I think I'm going to continue to hold... Oh, I could do a Rise. How many Untamed creatures do I have in my discard? 0. I have 0 Untamed creatures in my discard. Okay. I'm just going to hold on to that, and in my turn. No, I'm going to discard this guy. Yes, I know Full Moon is a really strong card as well, but I expect him. Whoa! Not sure what I clicked there, but I suddenly went away. I expect him to call Brobnar again and play out the 3 creatures I just bounced to his hand. And any other Brobnar creatures he's picked up, which is fine by me because now I have a Coward's End, which will kill off all of those Brobnar creatures. And I can punch that guy away and get my Smith to work. So yes, my next turn is probably a good turn, I hope. Of course, he's going to shuffle his discard into his deck because, of course, he is. Because he's going to play enough cards probably to be able to draw the 3. I might have a turn. Oh, no, I won't. I won't have a chance to mimic anything in that discard right now. Waiting for him to choose his house. I did take a little bit of time deciding on my mimicry. See if anybody's in the channel while I wait. Nope. Greetings to Electrical Longboard again, but aside from that, I see my Positivity Bot, who stays in my channel, and Skinny Seahorse, who also stays in my channel, and Tade __, who also stays in my channel. If you really are here, welcome. If not, I've given you some verbal acknowledgement within you're not even here. Given how often they are here, I assume that they are all those last 3 are all bots. I'm worried that this guy got annoyed that I took so long trying to decide on my mimicry that he just quit. Because you can see that he disconnected here. I'll give him a minute, and then I will abandon this game and start another one. Which is sad. I don't like having people drop off or go AFK. This is 2 kind of defunct games in a row. First one, the guy quit when I played Library Access because Library Access is a really strong card, and there are a lot of net decks that are very annoying to play against. Unfortunately for me, this is not one of those. Library Access in this deck is okay. I mean, it's certainly not overpowered in this deck. Because I have no way to play it multiple times. Even if I have a handful of Logos cards, most realistically I'm going to be able to do is play 8 cards in a turn, which is a powerful turn, don't get me wrong, but I'm not going to be able to start with that in any reasonable likelihood. And I certainly can't chain library accesses together with any reliability. Yes, if I'm far enough into the game, I could put it into my discard, draw through enough to shuffle my deck, and possibly draw back into it. Unlikely, but possible. Even with that, though, it's still not going to work. This is not a deck where, like the Time Travelers, where you manage to play it twice in a row and then draw 2 cards for every card you play, and then manage it a 3rd time and draw 3 cards, and then you draw your entire deck, and the next 3 turns are God tier because you have your entire deck in your hands. I have played against decks like that on the Crucible Online. Those are annoying. Okay, this guy's not coming back. So I will just concede and leave the game. If there were statistics being tracked, I wouldn't concede. I would probably just leave. But there's no statistics on the Crucible Online, so it doesn't matter overly much. All right, let's try a 3rd game. See if I can actually get one complete this session. Do 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 do. wait for somebody to join. Let me pop over here and check on my upload. Ah! Oh my gosh, that's loud. I'm really hoping it's not blasting you all with that. Please, if it is, let me know, and I will try to figure out how to adjust it in the interim before my next stream. All right, waiting for Mid-Bluffin. I feel like I've played Mid-Bluffin before. I may not have. There's currently 220. Really? Oh, there we go. There's 228 people currently playing games on the Crucible Online. Let's see here. I have a bunch of Utera. Gosh darn it. How many times am I going to do that? Untamed. And 3 Brobnar with a Smith and the ability to not get more than 1 creature into the board. I'm going to keep this hand. It's not great, but it could also be far, far worse. Call Untamed and just throw out a Manipulate. And that one is Lost in the Woods. So, depending upon what he plays, I could call, and there comes a Niffle Queen. Could call Brobnar or Untamed. With him playing 2 creatures like that, I'm probably going to call Untamed. Yeah. Untamed. Use this first, and then we bounce my creature and his creatures back into the decks. And I play Mermook, and I call it a turn. Again, I'm keeping Mimicry. Maybe I value this too much, and I should have discarded it there. But honestly, its potential for power is just too strong. Special Delivery. That's an Omni, deal a bunch of damage to a creature on the flank. And if it kills it, purge it. Coward's In. When that comes into play, he steals 2. I have Smith and Relentless Assault and Smash. So I will call Brobnar and take a bunch of chains again. I might do that too liberally, but I can play Smash and stun himself. I had to play Smash second, otherwise Coward's End would have killed it, so it was always going to stun itself. Play the Smith, which gives me 3 Amber, and I stole the 2 back for killing Magda the Rat. And I can play this action to ready this guy, and then I can clear his stun. And end turn. Now, whether that was the right play or not, I don't know. It gives me a sizable Amber advantage, but at the same time, my opponent has shadows. So it's entirely plausible that he steals all my Amber. It did not get me to 6, so he doesn't have to turn around immediately and steal it. I'm probably going to play Sloppy Lab Work this turn and Archive. Ooh, actually, I take that back. I may play this turn differently depending upon what he does. If he puts out a creature, I may call Brobnar to kill it with Smash and then play out the Fire Spitter, a creature that it has a relatively high value to kill. If he doesn't play out a creature that has a high value to kill, I'll play the Sloppy Lab Work, discard Fire Spitter, which is sad. I like Fire Spitter. It's another one of those flavorful cards. And Archive Mimicry so that it gets out of my hand and I can... Oh, he plays Bait and Switch. Okay. So I expect that. Not too surprised. He's going to use Special Delivery. I think that might be a mistake. Putting 3 damage on the Brobnar creature is ineffective because it doesn't kill it. And if he plays out a creature, I will be glad to trade it off. Oh, all he did was Bait and Switch. So he played Bait and Switch for 3 Amber. I'm going to call Logos. Yes, he will be able to kill my creature. Could call Shadows next turn to kill my creature. I find that unlikely because he only has 1 card that could possibly be Shadows up here. And the only thing he has on the board is killing this creature with the Seeker Needle. Which is, sure, it's fine, but not particularly compelling. Sloppy lab work, we will archive that, and we will discard that. Gain amber off of that, and play the archaeologist on the left, doesn't really matter, and draw back up to 5. I still have one more chain from my Coward's End that I played earlier. Ooh, Mother Gun. So we're calling Mars. Combat Pheromones. Sacrifice it. You may use up to 2 Mars cards this turn. Okay. And what was the action there? Phosphorus Stars. Stun each non-Mars creature. Okay, I'm relatively okay with that. I'm going to ready and fight with neighboring creature. I'm going to call Logos. I'm not going to take my archive. I'm going to throw out my library and my Dr. Escotera. Just build up my board state a bit. Get through the end of my chains. Oh, good. So I could use this to blow up his Omni artifact here. Yes, I'd be able to use 2 Mars creatures. Hooray. More importantly, he won't be able to use 2 Mars creatures. And Seeker Needle blows up Smash. That's fine. Shadow Self is a bit more problematic. Shadow Self is an excellent protector. I think I'm going to go ahead and... Ooh. Do I call Brobnar? I think I call Brobnar, because that lets me throw some damage onto the Shadow Self without actually... Or do I call Logos? This turn is definitely down to Logos or Brobnar. If I call Logos, I get to blow up his Omni artifact, which, admittedly, he's not going to be using immediately, because he's got to get some Mars creatures on the board. On the other hand, I can put out 2 cards with Brobnar and draw, hopefully, into a better Logos turn next turn. Yeah, I'm going to call Brobnar. I do not want my archive. I want to play the Pile of Skulls. And I want to play the Chieftain. Now, here is a question. I could clear the stun, or I could put 4 damage on Shadow Self. I'm going to clear the stun. So I'm going to activate that, which will clear the stun. So, one thing to remember, if you have a creature that is stunned, if you ready and fight with him, the fight is a use action, and stun clears the next time you would use any action. So, as long as there's a creature to fight, which means you can say legally, I'm trying to initiate a fight, it will clear the stun. Okay, now he is putting out playing Mars. He's putting 2 damage on the Archaeologist and playing out Tunk, which is fine. Tunk heals fully whenever he plays a Mars creature, so it's not something I want to whittle down. I have to either kill it or not. It's not a slowly get it killed off card. And what did he play there? Mothership support for 1 Ember for each friendly ready Mars creature. Okay, I'm going to call Logos this turn. I'm not taking my archive into my hand. I'm going to activate Library of Babel so I have maximal information. Okay, that didn't actually help. Play that one. Now, I could Reap with Dr. Escotera, or I could fight the Shadow Self and start whittling the Shadow Self down. Revealing number of Mars cards. Seeker Needle, if it would kill it, yay. If not, it's just 1 damage. So, I'm going to use my remote access to use his Omni artifact, because that will sacrifice it. Done. Now his Omni artifact is dead. So he doesn't get that ability in the future. Not spectacular, but not terrible. The question is, what do I have in my discard? I've got... probably going to put Lost in the Woods back. That seems useful. I cannot stop him from crafting his next key. I could have if I'd called Untamed and thrown out Marmook, but Yeah, I'd rather build up an untamed turn. Untamed turn. Yes, untamed. Um, Now, do I fight and get some damage on Shadow Self, or do I get myself to 6 amber? The answer to that is I get myself to 6 amber. In turn. He forges his first key. Now, he will likely play Shadows and do something to steal at least 1 amber from me. I expect that, and in anticipation, maybe I can do something. But, well, in anticipation, it's his turn. I can't do anything on his turn, so no, I can't. But at least I know it's coming. It's not going to come as a surprise to me. And he does, in fact, call Shadows, and he uses Miasma. That's a different way to go about that goal. That's perfectly fine. Seeker Needle, ping, I assume, the Archaeologist for 1. And he ends his turn. Okay, that is somewhat surprising. Oh, Shadow Self. Reaping with Shadow Self. There we go. Now he ends his turn. So we only played 1 card, and it was just do not forge your key. I'll take an amber and do not forge your key. Somewhat surprising, but okay. Am I to the point that I want to take a untamed turn? I don't think so. I can actually press my advantage here. Because he did so little on his turn, I could call Brobnar and... Ooh, da, 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 da. Do I actually gain much from calling Brobnar? Well, I get cards on the board. But would I gain more from calling Logos and drawing up and archiving another untamed card? I think I like Logos better here. So we're going to call Logos. I do not want my archive. I want to draw a card. Okay. And draw a card. Yay, full moon. Okay, full moon's actually kind of what I was looking for. I want to use this card's action ability and archive that. And we will just reap with this guy and in turn. So now I'm at 7. If he calls Shadows again, he can use his Seeker Needle to kill my Archaeologist. I'm perfectly fine with that. I have a big turn coming up next turn. Especially if he doesn't drain me of 2 amber. And he plays Umbra, which doesn't do anything immediately. And that should be his only shadow card. So he reaps with that. He's just slowly growing his amber pool. Okay, now I play my Untamed turn. Yes, I want to take my archive into my hand. Step 1, before I do anything else, he's got worthless, pretty worthless, not great, amazing. So I can use bait and switch off of the mimicry to get 2 amber stolen from him, so it's a 4 amber swing. Now I play Full Moon. And now I play out Marmook on the left, and Briar Grubbling on the left, and Marmook on the left. Now I play Nature's Call to bounce 1, 2, 3 creatures into my hand. And now I play Marmook on the left. I still have a full moon in effect. So all of these are still generating amber. That's why I chose my creatures instead of his on the left. And I play Stampede. Unfortunately, Stampede is if you used 3 or more creatures. So that's only worth 1 amber. And then I play Lost in the Woods. And I choose my Dr. Escotera and my Briar Grubbling to shuffle into my deck. And I choose his Umbra and Tunk to shuffle into his deck. And I call that a turn. That was a pretty good turn. I'm at 12 amber. I gained 11 that turn, because I started that turn at 1 after I forged my key. I was at 7, I'm pretty certain. Yes, I was at 7, so that was an 11 amber turn. And that was because I was slowly building up my archive with Untamed in anticipation of being able to do something exactly like that. It was an 11 amber turn, technically a 13 amber swing because I used his bait and switch to steal 2 from him at the start of it. So a 13 swing. I'm quite happy with that. He'll use the mother gun probably to blow up a Mermook, would be my guess. I don't know how many Mars cards he has, but I would blow up Mermook. And he has 2, so he hits Mermook for 2. Plays Soft Landing, and then he plays the Megamouth, which means it comes into play ready, and he can use it to ready and use a friendly non-Mars creature, so he'll reap with Shadow Self. Makes perfect sense to me. Now, do I want to kill that guy? I think I do. And it's trivial for me to do it by calling Brobnar. So I'll be calling Brobnar. With this hand, Brobnar was a no-brainer. I hit punch the Megamouth. Oh, wait. That's not actually trivial to do. Oops. I play the Fire Spitter on the left. I play Valdir on the left. And yeah, he's protected by Shadow Self. I will... Do I fight or reap? I think I reap. Ah, and he concedes. He can't stop me from forging my 3rd key on the next turn. Good game. Thanks for playing Bib Bluffin. I managed to build myself a good gosh darn it, good Untamed turn and win through that. So let's leave that game. I think I have time for one more. Select deck. This is my last game. Gosh, that's loud. So at least I got one good game in this session. Hopefully a second. Or he can murder me. Yeah, I will keep this hand. Again, I can start to build up a good Untamed turn right off the bat because I've got sloppy lab work that can archive the full moon. And I will almost certainly discard Relentless Assault because it's not terribly useful at this stage. Well, it's more useful than Coward's End, although Coward's End's a more of an... I'll discard the Relentless Assault. Play my sloppy lab work. And I'm going to archive Full Moon and discard Relentless Assault. Coward's End can have some utility, particularly when I have 3 other Brobnar cards in my hand. I could wipe the board. Oh, he's going to use Mimicry to... Okay. Dust Fix. Okay, he's just going to start out with 3 Ember, 4 Ember. I'm definitely going to call Brobnar. The question is, do I want to use... Yes, I do. Hunting Witch must die, and the only way I currently have to kill Hunting Witch... Well, now I wish I hadn't discarded my Relentless Assault, to be honest. That would be better, because I could throw out all 3 of these guys and murder both of them. But okay, that was definitely a mistake. I'm going to call Brobnar. No, I do not want to pick up the archive. I'll take my chains. I made a mistake at the start of the game. He can stun himself. So I can ready and fight with him and then remove his stun and play this creature on the left and in turn. Yeah, if I'd kept Relentless Assault instead of Coward's End, I didn't know I was going to be drawing 3 Brobnar creatures, but that would have been better for me in that scenario. And he mimicries my Coward's End. So he has 2 mimicries. Awesome. So we will just reset the board and oh, that's painful. That's really painful. The double mimicry is Yes, going to hurt. If I had discarded Coward's End, he would have mimicked the Coward's End anyway, so it turned out not to matter which one of those I played, except that I ended up with 2 chain or 3 chains. Couldn't, yeah. This is Nature's Call, so that's going to bounce them to his hand. Not useful. I have no way to kill the Hunting Witch. I think this may actually be. I've got to top deck something cool with Wild Wormhole, but if I don't, I think this is game over right here. I had a great turn, but he followed it up with his second Mimicry. I want a deck with 2 Mimicries. How did he play a second Mimicry? Didn't he Mimicry the first turn? I swear he did. I played Sloppy Wap Work. No. Why did I see a Mimicry? Okay. I'm somewhat confused by that. I feel like I'm missing something, but not sure. Oh, he regrowthed it. That's what happened. Well, regrowth would be a creature, so that's how he got his Hunting Witch back. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I've missed something. I thought he mimicried the first turn too, but he didn't, according to the log. I'm going to have to call Logos and hope something good happens off of Wild Wormhole. There's not really another option here. Pile of Skulls. Nope, that wasn't particularly good. I'll play that and end my turn. I don't think I can win at this point. He should just call Untamed and reap for 3. And he's going to call Untamed and play out any other creatures because he drew 3 cards off of that turn. Why did he turn manual mode on? Okay. We're going to assume that was just a misclick. I swear. I'll have to go back and look at the footage. Because that's going to bug me. Why is he turning manual mode on? And then turns it off. Okay. Reap, reap, reap. Yes. I know. I'm not sure how to stop you. I don't want to use Nature's Call to bounce them to your hand, because then you just play them out again. I've not drawn anything that helps me kill them. I'm going to call Untamed and play out my... Yeah, I'll take that into my hand. Play Full Moon. Play Murmook. Play Murmook. I will bounce his Hunting Witch and the 2 Murmooks. I don't like that, but it at least gets me more Ember. And that's all I can do. And it forces him to call Untamed to play the Hunting Witch back out. He's still going to get to reap for 2 and murder my creatures with Skirmish. Right. And then he plays out the Hunting Witch again. And Nocturnal Maneuver to stun my creature. And Key Charge. Oh, he discards Key Charge. Okay. That makes more sense. Okay, now I can call Brobnar and kill the Hunting Witch, at least. Still not spectacular positioning, but Hunting Witch must die. Yeah, I'll put it on that. It doesn't matter. And Smith will just give me 1 because there's no way I can get the board state back to where I need it. I'm not as far behind as I felt like I was. We each have 1 key and 3 amber. And yes, his board state is better than mine with those 2 creatures, particularly this one that gives everything Skirmish. And he reaps with both, puts him at 6. Do I have anything that I can do to stop that? Well, I mean, I have a Murmook, so that's kind of silly, but could Coward's End, which doesn't actually do me any good. Yeah, I think I just have to call Untamed and throw out 2 Niffle-Apes. On the left, and Stampede, and in turn. He doesn't get to forge a key because of the Marmook. But yeah, he's going to call Untamed again and just continue the same pattern of, oh gosh, 2 Nocturnal Maneuvers too? Yep, 2 Nocturnal Maneuvers. Okay, let's see here. And he chose to fight and murder my creatures. That's interesting. That is actually kind of interesting. Fogify, Briar Grubbing. I'm going to call Brobnar. I have to accept that I can't stop this key from being made, so I'm going to Coward's End him again and throw out double Fire Spitters. And call that a turn. I draw back up to 5 because of my chains. Now double Fire Spitter is fun. That's 2 damage to his board when I attack with both of them. Plays a Seeker Needle and Naughty and Key of Darkness. Key of Darkness. What's Key of Darkness? Key of Darkness. Forge a key at +6. Okay, so he just got rid of it to get rid of it. He did not have enough amber to make that useful. I think I call Logos here. I could kill off Night of the Thief. Night of the Thief isn't enough to justify the bad turn it would take to do it, though. Play out my second Library of Babel, the Archaeologist on the left, and Fogify, which means he can't fight, but he was never going to fight. He's going to use his action to steal if he calls Shadows. But part of the reason I didn't want to Hand of Dis will kill off one of my Fire Spitters. That's disappointing. And a Dominator Bauble. That's useful. And Charette. I'm perfectly fine with that. And Poltergeist to destroy my Library of Babel. And get him a card. Yay. I'm going to call Untamed, bounce both of... Is that really what I want to do? Stop. Don't get ahead of myself. So I have the Archaeologist. I could put something into my archive that would be useful next turn. He already is at 7. He's got his 3rd key made. 2nd key made. If he had a 3rd key made, we wouldn't be talking anymore. We'd be done. I'd be in my wrap-up talk. I could put Coward's End in. That's not super spectacular, but not terrible. I think I call Untamed, though. Gosh, that's a stall move. It does get me to 6. Oh. What the heck? I'll give it a shot. I'll call Untamed. Because I'm going to be drawing these cards back. I know I am, because my deck is small enough. I can't really... I'm going to have to discard my key charge. Can't really justify keeping it. Play the Briar Grubbing, because I want to keep the Archaeologist in play. So I can use this to shuffle this guy and the Fire Spitter back, keeping the Archaeologist in play, and get rid of those two. Just because I like the Archaeologist better. It has a lot of utility for trying to set up something that will be useful. Now, can he steal? Well, he's going to Poison Wave and Miasma, so I don't get to forge my key. And Seeker Needle and Nexus. Awesome. That was terrible. That was absolutely terrible. Um, absolutely terrible. I'm going to call Logos. He's at 5, so he hasn't quite gotten there yet. The reason it was terrible was I really needed to forge a key this turn. Then I could have mimicry to bait and switch. Now, I might still be able to pull that off next turn. We will see. I can use my library access. And my bouncing death, or no, cancel. I want to use this ability first to archive. What do I archive here? I archive Key Charge, I think, because that gives me a potential out. And it's pushing it a bit. Now I'm bouncing Death Cork to kill his creature and my creature. I play out Dr. Escoterra and gain 2 Amber because he has 2 keys forged. And that does it for that turn. Oh, wait, no. What am I saying? I discard Twin Bolt Emission because I don't want to play it right now. And play Fogify. Yeah, I'll take the Amber. And end turn. Now, I have Mimicry and Key Charge. If I can forge my key at the start of my turn, which is likely, he's going to be hard-pressed to steal 4 Amber from me to get me back down to 5. And then do something like a bait and switch. If he gains a bunch this turn, he steals 1 and captures 1 from everybody. Okay, so it'd be 3. I'd have to figure out how to gain 4 more. Gosh. Well, I have to play Untamed. There's no question. Untamed lets me steal 3 from him. Yes, I want to take my archive into my hand. I play Mimicry, and I go and find... You know, I say all of this. It's entirely possible that Bait and Switch was in the last game. Oops. Huh. Yeah. That might have been a mistake. He does not have in his discard what I thought he had in his discard. I can always miasma him and stall a turn. I really thought he had bait and switch. That must have been the last game I played. Do I have anything that would be spectacular on play? No? Okay. I'm going to... I think I'm going to just Pandemonium him. Each undamaged creature captures 1 from its opponent. No, I'm going into Miasma. Then I'm going to play out the Niffle Queen on the left and the Briar Gubbing on the left. And go, oops, because that turn did not work the way I wanted it to. I have to figure out how to either forge a key on my next turn, which I don't think I can do, or stop him from forging a key. Yeah, I don't see it. Oh, that would have been useful. Oh my goodness. If I had Mimicry right now, I could do it. No, I couldn't. I'd be 1 short. But as it stands... I have to get... I don't see a way out. Let's see here. If I call Untamed, I can get to 2 Amber, not enough to key charge and win. If I call Brobnar, I have no way to stop him from winning. Logos might give me something. It's unlikely, but let's take a look. Nope. I couldn't think of anything it would actually give me, but we'll use his Dominator Bauble, and let me use this guy. We will reap and intern, and he wins. Good game. All right, I'm going to call it at that point, and it's time for me to get up and actually start my day. My girls are awake. So thank you for watching. Let me know, like I said at the start of this, I'm trying out the other mic that I have. Let me know how the audio works. Let me know which audio you prefer between this and the prior video. I'm going to continue tinkering with my streaming settings, trying to figure out what is optimal and what is most enjoyable for people to listen to and watch. Past that, if you haven't, please subscribe on Twitch and on YouTube, and just be alerted when I go live and upload new videos. Thank you for watching, and have a good day. Goodbye.